international employee.
Hi, my name is Nur Batisha binti Ahmad. I act as local employee. Hello, my name is Nur Shaliana binti Zaim and I represent Mediator.
Hello, my name is Sunibara binti Maswani. I as HR Diversity Officer.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today's meeting. Okay, so as you know, our company recently merged with an international partner, right? So today we need to discuss a marketing proposal for our new client. So the proposal must be complete within 2 weeks. So I hope that we can work together and share our idea.
Good morning, everyone. I think this project is very important because it represents both companies. We need to make sure that the proposal meets the client expectation.
Good morning. I agree. We have a tight deadline, so we should focus on making decision quickly and moving forward efficiently.
I think this project is a great opportunity for us to learn from each other and combine different perspectives.
Good morning, everyone. As a HR Diversity Officer, I will be observing the discussion and ensuring that communication remains respectful and professional.
So great, let's begin our discussion. Patricia, would you like to share your idea?
Sure. I think we should conduct a short customer survey before finalizing the proposal. This can help us understand customer needs better and reduce the possibility of mistakes.
Okay, so that is an interesting suggestion.
I agree. Understanding customer expectation is very important.
Honestly, I don't think that's necessary. We already have enough information from previous reports. Why spend more time collecting data?
I understand your concern. I just think that additional information can help us to make a better decision.
But we only have 2 weeks. We need action, not more discussion.
I think both of you have valid points. Barisha wants to reduce risk by collecting more information. Ardila wants to save time and improve efficiency.
That's true.
Maybe we should evaluate both ideas carefully before rejecting either one.
I agree. Both approaches have their own advantage.
Good point. Let's continue discussing before making a final decision.
Honestly, I think people here spend too much time discussing small details.
Excuse me, what do you mean by people here?
I mean, local employees. Everyone seems afraid to make quick decisions.
I don't think that's fair. We are trying to be careful and responsible.
From my perspective, it looks inefficient.
And from my perspective, you sound respectful.
Maybe Ardila is just trying to improve the productivity.
So you are supporting her?
No, I'm just saying we need to focus on the results.
I am focusing on results. I just want to make sure we do things properly.
You always say maybe and perhaps. You can just say what you mean.
Because being respectful matters too.
Being direct saves times.
Being respectful builds relationships.
Hello, I noticed that discussion is becoming emotional. Let's focus on the ideas instead making judgment about people or cultures.
I'm only sharing my opinions.
And that's acceptable. However, the way we communicate is just as important as what we communicate.
I think we should pause for a moment before this misunderstanding becomes a bigger conflict.
I agree with you. Let's come and try to understand each other.
I think the issue here is not the project. The issue here is the communication style.
Can you explain?
Sure. Batisha used a more indirect communication style. She preferred to discuss ideas carefully and maintain harmony. Yes, that's true. I don't like creating conflict when discussing ideas. Meanwhile, Ardila used indirect communication style, which is she prefers efficiency and straightforward communication.
That's normal in my working culture. Being direct is considered honest and professional.
In multinational companies, communication styles can vary significantly. A direct message may sound good to one person but normal to another. An indirect message may sound polite to one person but unclear to another.
That's exactly how I felt.
And I didn't realize my words sound offensive.
This is why cultural awareness is important in the workplace.
So I understand now. I thought one communication style was better than the other.
Actually, Both communication styles have strength. The key is understanding and adapting. I agree.
Me too.
Let's identify the ethical issue that happened today. First, there was a lack of cultural sensitivity. Second, assumptions were made about a group of people. Third, some team members felt excluded and disrespected.
I felt uncomfortable when local employees were described as low.
I understand. I didn't mean to offend anyone, but I can see why my words were hurtful.
Ethical communication means treating everyone with fairness, dignity, and respect regardless of their background.
I also realized that I show bias. I support one side before listening to everyone's perspective.
As a leader, it is important to remain neutral and encourage equal participation.
You are right, I should have listened more carefully before making assumptions.
Good communication is not about winning an argument, it is about achieving mutual understanding.
I understand now.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
As HR officer, I would like to propose a diversity communication framework.
What does that include?
First, active listening. Second, respectful feedback. Third, avoiding stereotypes. Fourth, asking questioning before making assumptions. Five, appreciating cultural differences.
Those are useful guidelines. I think active listening is especially important.
I agree. I should have asked more questions instead of making assumptions.
These practices can help create an inclusive workplace where everyone feels valued.
As a manager, I will ensure that everyone has an equal opportunity to speak during meetings.
I appreciate that.
And I would like to apologize for my comments earlier. I did not intend to offend anyone.
Thank you. I accept your apology. This is a good example of how communication can improve when people are willing to listen and learn.
So regarding the proposal, let's combine both ideas. We can conduct a one-day customer survey and then make a decision based on the results.
That sounds reasonable.
I agree.
Great, this solution balances both accuracy and efficiency. Moving on to the core of our presentation, let's look at the issue identified from our role play. In any multicultural organization, communication can easily break down. In our group scenario, we discover 5 main ethical and communication problems that happen during the meeting. First, lack of cultural sensitivity. This happens because team members have completely different ways of talking and working. For example, Ardila comes from a low contact culture where being direct is normal, while Batrisha used a high contact style that focused on harmony. Because they did not understand this difference, it created an immediate clash. Second, stereotyping and cultural bias. It is a major ethical issue where people make unfair assumptions. We saw this when Ardila generalized and labeled all local employees as slow or inefficient, just because they prefer to discuss detail carefully before deciding. Third, managerial bias. A good leader must be neutral, but in this case, we saw a clear lack of fairness from the manager, Aina. She immediately took Ardila's side just to focus on fast results, without listening to Batrisha's perspective first. This made the conflict even worse. Fourth, ineffective conflict management. The argument between the team members escalated very quickly because they reacted with stress and emotion. Instead of staying calm, pausing, and trying to listen each other, they started attacking each other's communication styles. And five, feeling excluded and disrespected. Because of all these communication breakdowns, Batisha ended up feeling hurt, ignored, and uncomfortable in her own workplace. This is a serious dilemma because ethical communication means everyone must feel valued and respected, regardless of their background. To summarize, these 5 issues show that simple misunderstandings can lead to bigger workplace conflicts if they are not handled well. Next, my teammate will explain the suggestion and solution to fix all of these problems. Thank you.
Next, I will explain some suggestions to overcome the issues that happen in the workplace. First, the company can promote cultural awareness training. This means employees learn about different culture and understand how to respect each other. It can help reduce misunderstandings between workers from different backgrounds. Second, employees should practice active listening, which means listening carefully, asking questions when something is unclear, and not making assumptions too quickly. This can improve communication and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Third, the company should create respectfully communication guidelines. Employees should use polite language, give constructive feedback, and avoid offensive word stereotypes. This can create a healthier working environment. The fourth suggestion is strengthening inclusive leadership. Leaders should remain fair and allow every employee to share their opinion before making a decision. This helps employees feel respected and included. The next suggestion is solving conflict early through open discussion. If there is misunderstanding, employees should discuss the issue immediately in a respectful way. This can prevent small problems from becoming a bigger conflict. And the last suggestion is using integrated project solutions. This means combining both approaches such as doing a quick survey and taking immediate action after that. This can help improve efficiency and make project management more effective.
Moving on to our conclusion and the key takeaways from our project. First, let's look at this through the lens of Edward T. Hall's theory. What we realized during this project is that workplace communication conflicts in multinational companies are rarely caused by bad intentions. Instead, they almost always stem from deep-rooted differences between high-context and low-context culture. One person might really rely heavily on implicit, nonverbal cues, while another expect direct, expressive facts. This brings us to the core of ethical communications. True ethical communication isn't just about being polite. It means actively respecting these cultural differences and consequently avoiding stereotypes. This is how we foster a truly positive and inclusive working environment. Now, let's talk about the challenges we face. Of course, bringing this scenario to life came with its own set of challenge, which we've broken into down in 3 points. Challenges 1 was about balance. We had to balance a realistic workplace conflict while still maintaining professionalism and ensuring our character, practical, ethical communication. We wanted the tension to feel real but not toxic. Challenges 2 came down to acting. Delivering emotions naturally during the conflict scenes without overacting or making it look like a caricature was tricky, but crucial for keeping it believable. Challenges 3 was delivery of the theory. We needed to explain this academic theoretical concept clearly, while simultaneously keeping the role-play engaging and easy for all of you in the audience to understand. Ultimately, navigating these challenges helped us better understanding just how complex and rewarding cross-cultural communication really is.
This roleplay demonstrates how the communication differences can create workplace conflict. As a manager, I learned the importance of remaining fair and listening to all team members.
I represent a local employee who uses a high context communication style. I learned that different communication does not mean someone is wrong.
I represented as an international employee who used low-context communication style. I learned that being direct is important, but respect is equally important.
This scenario is based on Edward T. Hall's high context and low context communication theory. Understanding could help reduce misunderstanding and strengthen the teamwork.
Today's roleplay demonstrates that communication problems are not always caused by bad intentions. Sometimes they happen because people come from different cultural backgrounds. When we communicate ethically, we respect differences, avoid stereotypes, and create a portrait working environment. In a global workplace, cultural sensitivity is not optional. It is a professional responsibility. Effective communication begins with understanding, respect, and cultural sensitivity.